Okay, so I had an Alliance member ask a question, and I decided that it would be a great time to make some more content. And so this is going to be, I'm going to split this up into two. I'm going to do, this video is going to be Soul Gear, how to make it, and what you need to pay attention to before you even think about dealing with it. Next video is going to be how to use it and scenarios where you want to use it. So the first things that you need to pay attention to before you even forge the gear is research. In the progressive research tree, there's a forging tree. This is going to be the first thing that you want to focus on. It is one of the first ones that you want to finish regardless of whether or not you are doing combat stuff or not. And that's because this is going to reduce the forging cost and forging speed of every gear that you make. It doesn't need to be soul gear or combat gear. So your Sphinx, your Turkey, your Bunny sets, if you're forging gear, that's going to be a big reduction in speeds and cost. Another big thing are going to be fragment slots. These are for soul gear. This is going to increase the quality by allowing you to add more materials to it. You have forging bonuses, which is going to be um, increases the lower range. So with soul gear, you have a low and high range on stats that you can get when you forge them. You also have a mastery, so this allows you to use your level 6 souls. Obviously, if you don't do this, you can't get any epic gear, which is really important. Another big thing is going to be your 4th crystal slot. You can, when you're doing this initially, just to get through the basic research stuff that you want to do, you still want to do this for like your research steps. This is one of the first ones that you want to have done. You can skip these 4th crystal slots and soul items. So this one here for the tail, the armor, and the helm, you can skip those researches if you want to. But before you actually use soul gear and look into soul gear, you want to make sure you have all this done. And that's because that 4th slot is a big boost on combat stats. And so after you've done with that one, another thing that you want to do is your set tree. I've got a list here on the left side of the screen, so that way you can have a visual reminder of what needs to happen. Your set equipment has research for normal armor, and you have research for soul armor. These are going to boost different things. Obviously, if it's soul gear, this research is going to boost soul gear. If it's not soul gear, it's classified as normal armor. So you want to make sure that you have this set equipment done. This is also one of the first trees that you want to have done before you start combat related activities. It's really it's relatively low cost as far as speed ups and resources go. Okay, sorry, my headset turned off. Anyway, as far as research goes, this is probably it is relatively cheap for the stats that you get. And a reminder on here, this 500% is not 500% mount attack. This is increasing the base level set boost that you get by 500%, which increases it up to 210%, I believe, is what you get for your special set. Yeah. So for troop specific, it is 210% for ground attack or troop specific attack. If you are doing all troop, it goes up to 150%. And that's the same with attack as with life and defense or whatever. So you have your foraging tree, you have your set tree, and then the last one that's specific to Soul Gear, it's going to be your power up tree. And then as far as this tree goes, your research that says, ground set, range set, and mounted set, those are specific to your Soul Gear. Your combat, I think it's just your regular troop set. Yeah, your troop set power up is for your normal gear that boosts regular troops, like Pioneer, Supreme, Justice, Marvel, all of those. So that says those are going to be the ones that you want to make sure you have done. You don't necessarily need to have power up completed, but it is a pretty big boost to combat stats to have that completed. But your foraging tree and your set tree should be done, just because that's going to be one of your basic researches to start with. The next thing is going to be your VIP. Your VIP 90 gives you probably one of the biggest game-changing perks that you can get. That's going to be instantly stop your Soul Gear timer when you take the Soul Gear off. This account here is 172 days old. I've had one set of gear. Oops, not that one. I've had one set of gear the entire time. I haven't made a second. Well, I haven't used the second set. And as you can see here, I've used, 19 minutes of this Chrono Keeper set, and I've used 9 minutes of this Venomancer set. I didn't start. I haven't used my range set because I just decided to get my dragon to level 65, which is your requirement for the ranged set. And so, where was it going? Oh yeah, your VIP. So your VIP will stop the timer when you take your gear off. So one thing you want to do is make sure that you can make the gear as soon as, I don't think there's any big boosts on the soul duration. I think the soul duration itself comes pretty early. I think late 80 VIP. But you want to make sure that you have this 200% because this is going to give you, it's going to boost it up to the 4-hour mark that it caps out at. And so you want to make sure that if you're in between 90 and 100 VIP, that you make sure that you have a lot of VIP time. Once you get to level 100, your VIP time becomes permanent. But if you're at like VIP 99, you still have that timer going. And so if you don't have VIP 100 or higher, you'll have an icon that's right here on your screen where my cursor is. And that's going to allow you to add time on. Alternatively, if you go here into your items, go to my items and the miscellaneous, you scroll down, you're going to have some items that are going to add on time for your VIP. These are points, and under the points you have your time. I don't think I can use this. Oh, I can actually use this. So you can use them here if you want to. Or when you go in here to your VIP, you should have the icon right here. And then because if your VIP turns off, so do all the perks. So you don't want to lose your soul gear because your VIP turns off. So you want to make sure you just spam, excuse me, the 30-day increase for VIP time and just sit at like 600 days or whatever. Hopefully by the time you end that, in that 600 days, you can get to VIP 100 or so. Um, and that's going to be really important because with your soul gear, oops, if I go in here to my presets, typically the way you have your crystals set up is you use your troop specific, like your ground set, your mounted set, your range set. Those crystals go in your soul gear because you're never going to use your mounted set to do ground attacks. Hopefully not, at least. Um, and so you want to make sure that you're using these for the only use that they can really be used for, and that's for your soul gear. Your troop crystals, um, typically they will go into your supreme gear. If you don't have supreme, they'll go into your pioneer set or whatever. Alternatively, you could also use, like on this one here, my justice set has life crystals in it. That's because I didn't make a pioneer set for this one. I just had justice, and then it went from justice to supreme. So since justice is a troop life, troop attack, troop defense, it's not anything specific as far as the boosts go. You want to use your troop troop specific, not troop specific. You want to use your troop crystals for the set. So life crystals, defense crystals, attack crystals, wherever you want. And all of them are different. They have different uses. You can mix and match if you want to. Like on your Supreme set, I've seen a couple different people who will, instead of running all 7 sets as attack, they do like one set as life and one set as defense, and then the other 5 as attack or whatever. I specifically don't know why. I think I've seen some reports that state that it's slightly better in results, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. As far as making your gear, you really want to wait. I prefer to use the one-tap forge. It's really easy. It's really nice. And to get to that, you just go into your forge, your blacksmith, click on this forge button, and right here on the bottom, it's a different icon. And so basically what you want to do is scroll down, because a lot of these up top you can't use because they're like your super solo sets. And to get those, you need to have you need a rank essentially in the really big KVK type events like Grand Palace or Battle Royale or something like that. When you get in here, if you don't already have the scrolls, let me see if I have a set. Yeah, my Venomancer set here. If you click on the item that doesn't have one, it says Get Scroll here. So you would want to click on Get Scroll, and then it would add the scroll to that spot. And then just make sure you have all of these filled out. And then this icon here, so as you can see, the Venomancer set has this icon tab grayed out. But my Chrono Keeper set, since I have another set of scrolls here, I can actually click on this. In order to make this, you need to have enough level 6 items, or souls and fragments at level 6 to make an entire level 6 set. And then you'll have one single queue essentially to create that set. And it's really nice and easy. Makes it to where you don't have to worry about having to forge, speed up, and then forge another one, because you have to like exit out of the thing, go back into the forge and everything. So that's how you make it. It's really nice and easy doing it that way. I enjoy this VIP perk more than a lot of other ones. And then hopefully you already know how to deal with a special set bonus, but just in case you don't, I'm going to see if I can actually play around with one of these. So basically what you do is you pick your set that you want to add a set bonus to or change a set bonus. And then basically you'll be able to pick 3 different sub attributes with however you want it. So I can change this one because I don't care about my bunny set. If you've already had it set, it'll say reset on here. So basically to get to it, you just click on your item that you want to set, and then in the corner right here in the blue text, it'll say, Sphinx set or bunny set or whatever it is. If it does not have that on there, you cannot get that special set bonus on it, because your special set bonus is only activated when you have 5 of 7 pieces that are rare or epic in the same set to get that boost. And then basically for the 7 set, it's all of these 4 plus 1 accessory. For the 5 set. For the 7 set, obviously it's all 7 pieces. And then you have these set bonuses that are from the set tree, which is up on the left side of the screen already. And so you would see that how on this one here, I don't have anything set right here. So if you haven't set it, it'll look like this, and I'll go through it this way for you. You just set the set bonus right here. It's going to give you 3 different options on combination of stats to put. The way I do it is, even if I don't want one of these, I actually click set on here. And the reason why is because as you see here, when it first starts up, you only get 2 of these on the bottom, on this bottom set. So you have to like kind of scroll your window a little bit to make sure you can see everything. But when you hit refresh, it's going to scroll back down. So you're missing the last one on this bottom set. So the way that I get around that is I hit set on the first one, even if it's not one that I want, because then I can go back in, hit that reset button. It's going to cost 1,000 gems every time you reset. And so now you get a different screen that shows up. Now you don't have to scroll. You can scroll, but you don't have to scroll to see all of these different options that are available. And so obviously any one of these can be all 3. So I had set this to ranged attack times 3. If I want to do range attack, range life, and range defense, I can do it that way. I can also do any other combination of these that I want. I can do all troop attack. I can do all troop defense. The only thing I don't think it allows you to do is do like a ranged attack, ground attack, and mounted attack on here. It doesn't change the troop type on these, just what this bottom or this latter part is. So as you can see here, I'll go through a couple of these. So these are the different combinations that you can get. You'll want to pick one of them, whichever one that you want. Each set essentially has different priorities because they're going to be used for different combat scenarios. As far as how I play, for my Supreme set, I do troop attack. And that's because right now I don't feel like my attack is high enough. I feel like I benefit more from attack than I do from other stats. And it's all troop because there are times where I'm going to use my Supreme set for mounted. There's going to be a time where I'm going to use it for ranged, and there's going to be a time where I use it for ground. So even though the Supreme Ruler set is the best one for mounted attack, It does mounted, and then it does a little bit of ground attack. Um, excuse me. That's what the Supreme Ruler does. If you have a different type of the Supreme set, you would have different boosts here. But since I only have one set of Supreme, um, I'm going to want to have my special set bonus set to troop stats. So troop attack, troop life, or troop defense. Um, when you are dealing with a soul set, all the soul sets are troop specific. So you have a ground set, you have a range set, you have a mounted set. And so I have all ground attack for my ground soul set. That's because you shouldn't be using your ground soul gear for attacking with mounted troops. It's just super silly because none of your items, because these sets, they don't do anything besides ground boost. Um, so the only thing that you would benefit from is this enemy troop defense buff. Um, so it's not going to boost ranged or mounted troops, so it's really bad if you accidentally use this set with your mounted or ranged troops. Um, and then I believe that's it. So I've gone over um, equipping your special set bonus, which hopefully everybody knows how to do it. I've seen some people forget how to or don't realize that that's an option, and so that's why I wanted to put it in here because I've actually seen it happen. So the next thing you want to do is after you've already made your gear. Another thing you want to do is you want to make sure you power up your gear. If you don't know how to do that, it's back here on your blacksmith. Hit the forge button. There's a specific tab here for power up. I don't have any gear that's not powered up, so I can't show you. And so power up your gear, and then next you want to put it in a preset. And the reason why is because you want to minimize the amount of time that you actually have this equipped because it's got a timer on it. So you only really want to equip it in certain scenarios. I'm not going to include that in this video. I'm going to include it in a different video that deals with how to actually use your soul set. But it won't be specific to soul set. The video won't. It'll be just how to use your gear sets and tips and tricks for rallying and attacking and stuff like that. But make sure that you have a specific preset for each of these. Because you're going to want to make sure that you have your troop specific dragon skin attached to it. Sometimes your boost might be higher with your all troop than it is with your troop specific. I don't have this ground specific dragon skin yet, so I have to use my phantom skin because my other option is this dark shade one, which really only gives a little bit more ground attack. So it goes from 114.55% to 120. So I only lose like 6% attack, but I gain a bunch of life and defense for ground. Meanwhile, for my ranged and my mounted, I've got those skins already. So for my mount set, I've got my mount skin on. For my range set, I'm going to range set skin on. And so, as far as skills go, I'll go over those a little bit. There is a couple of things that you can keep out of these. Don't add in these alter skills because you want to have a specific preset to you do your sacrificing on. And then for the rally capacity as well, you don't need to put points into that because your rally capacity is set as soon as you set your rally. So once you've set your rally, there are specific stats that will stay and they cannot be changed until you cancel and then set another rally. So I don't put any points into this rally capacity. Just because it's wasted points. I don't want to waste points just in case I unlock something else. like this next level will give me more life. And even though this preset is for mounted only, I still go through here and I get all of the ground and ranged skill points. So that way, if something happens and I need to change these, I don't have to go through and reapply all the skills. So essentially, as far as skills go, this skill set here for the dragon attack, dragon skills, it's all going to be the same on all of my soul gear. And then I believe that's it. As far as making the gear goes and everything. So I will make another video on what to do in regards to using your gear set and tips and tricks on how to set rallies, what to pay attention to, and everything else. So that's it. I will hold off on posting this video until I've made the other video that I've already referenced a couple times. And so if you've seen this one, the other video should already be up as well. And that's it. Have a good night.